Okay, so here I have about half and half uh, ground hamburger meat and ground pork sausage, and I put in some Italian seasoning blend with a little bit of extra sage and then some red pepper flakes, and I'm just gonna toss this around and brown it. It's going to be the topping for my pizza, and you're here with the Impetuous Chef in Shreveport, Louisiana, across the Red River from beautiful Bossier City, Louisiana. My name is C.J. Miller, and yay, here we go. So I kneaded the dough very well in the first part of the video that I filmed on a different, I recorded, I should say, I didn't use film. I recorded on a different device, but I'm back to the one that I normally use because the recipe is pretty much done. Now what I'm going to do, you see this did double in size, maybe even a little bit more so. What I'm going to do, you could take this and divide it into 2 rounds and then set them apart and have 2 pizza crusts. I'm going to use my baking dish. I have one that I have set aside, and I use exclusively for savory baking because it gets that nice char on the bottom of it. And yeah, I love to keep my savory baking separate from my sweet baking. Nobody wants to bite into a cookie and it tastes like ground beef. Okay, so the whole idea here is to take this, knead it down really, really well on this counter that I'm going to use, a floured surface, and then spread it around on that pan. Now I can tell you that this is very light. There's all sorts of airy pockets on the inside of it. We're looking for that. We're looking for that to happen. Okay, so just flatten it out to the shape of the square, put it in that pan, and then it's going to rest for 30 minutes while I work on the toppings. And I don't want to forget my toppings over here. Throw a little garlic powder on them and kind of toss this around a little bit. In a moment, I'm going to go right back over. I want to show you that amount of pizza dough, though it gets thin, will absolutely fill up that tray. Okay, so I did give this pan just a bit too much to drink before I put the dough on, so I'm going to take an absorbent. This is, a napkin, paper towel, whatever tissue. This was a clean, just kind of like soak up some of that excess because what was happening, I'm pushing the dough to the edge, and then it wasn't clinging because it was just a touch too oily there. So hang tight. And here, you see we're going to get that nice Neapolitan texture. So we have to let this rise for about 30, 45 minutes in this pan. But it stretches to cover this entire baking pan, which is standard. I think it's about 1/8 of a industrial cooking pan. So, like that lunch lady pizza or whatever. But this is that nice Neapolitan finish. And I'm going to dust this with just a little bit of flour. This crust. I just really want to make sure that it's, that gives us a chance to basically this dusting. If there's any excess oil, a little bit too much, then like back here, this will kind of help absorb it and blend it in and give a nice dusty little feel to it. Okay, about another 10 or 15 minutes on this crust. Instead of salt, I use just a touch of beef bouillon that I'm going to toss around. That's going to add the saltiness because, and then it's going to give a little undercurrent to the beef. Of course, there are also crumbles of hot spicy sausage. About half of this is a spicy pork sausage. So yeah, I got pork and beef together. That's going to go on top of this pizza with the tomato sauce and then the cheese, and it's going to be delicious. All right, so what I'm going to do is bake this for about 10 or 15 minutes, really about halfway. I want this to kind of rise a little bit, and I'm doing this at 440 degrees. Ideally, it should be above 500, but I've got a really good oven that heats well. You really want this to do well. Some of the toppings, I've got some American cheese. This is a caramelized onion dip, and I've got some tomato sauce, and this is going to be a really great, wonderful pizza. And I'm going to do a part 3 of this video, so I'm going to close out right now. Love and light. Bon appetit. Ciao bella.